G'day gang, Ed here, and welcome to day 25. We're almost there. We're on the downhill run. It's less than a week to go, so isn't that exciting? Big day today. To be or not to be? That is indeed the question. Today we've really got to assess where we are and whether we really should be going forward with the niche or dropping it. Now, first point, there is no wasted effort in this year's 30-day challenge. In fact, this year, more than any other year, the lab has developed up a fantastic way of taking any blog and making sure that over time, at least you'll get your domain money back, which is fantastic. You've developed an asset and there is no wasted effort. So that's the first most important thing for you to understand today, okay? Even if you decide not to go forward on the niche, you have not wasted any work. And we'll explain why tomorrow. But I just wanted to get that out of the way because, you know, if you've put on all this effort and you have to change markets, that can be a problem. I also should point out that, of course, for a lot of you, you've still got time. You still have plenty of time over the next few days to actually go and do a new market. You'll be surprised how quickly you can do everything once you get through your entire process, and it becomes a second nature to you. So with that, let's have a look at what we need to be looking at here, so I can take you through and show you that. So let's go to the pen and paper and let's do some analysis. Okay, so in decision day, our first decision really is all about traffic. Now, I've talked to you about this earlier in the challenge, and all of what I've said applies. Remember what we said. We really need to, before we can make any really concrete decisions, we need to get 200 people coming to our blog. Okay, that's our first hurdle to jump. And of course, then remember, I also said to you, we have to take notice of how long it takes people to come there. So if you get 200 people in a day, that's brilliant. That's just absolutely fantastic. But if it takes you 200 people 5 days or 10 days, then you need to assess where you're at. And of course, the most important thing to assess where you're at is really where you're ranked. Now, I did go over this the other day, but let's reinforce it right now. It's important for you to understand that unless you are ranked in those first 3 or 4 positions in broad match, which you may not be yet, it's quite natural and okay not to be yet, you've just got to remember that the amount of traffic that you'll get from Google will be very small. What's been fascinating this year more than any other year is the amount of traffic people are getting from this social networking, which has been quite a surprise. It's taken me by surprise, I've got to tell you. However, we first need to assess where we are in those search engine rankings, and maybe you've got work to do as per that video to make sure you're up to the ranking before you can even make a judgment, because there's no point saying that the niche is no good if you're not even close to being on the first page. And if you're not on the first page, how do you know whether it's going to be good or bad? You also might have chosen to have a go at AdWords, and of course, what traffic are you getting from AdWords? And you again have to analyze that and how much traffic you're getting for that particular phrase in AdWords, and have a look at that. All in all, basically we're looking for our 200 people coming to our blog, okay? And you'll recall that if we had 200 people coming to our blog and less than 10% of people were actually clicking on our affiliate offer, then we said, and you can see here, we suggested you change to your number 2 affiliate offer. Okay, just to see, because it may well have been the actual affiliate offer that was an issue, not the actual blog, not the blog or the market. So we wanted to really confirm that that was the case. So you may have by now swapped over your affiliate offers. After that, and really I expect only a few of you are actually at this point right now, the big question is, have you made a sale or not? Okay, that's the really huge question, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. Because if you've made a sale and our conversion looks good, so 1 in every 200 people that go to the affiliate offer page, now remember, you see here where I've got affiliate offer 200, Very important to remember that, right? Because the affiliate, like, if only 30 people go to that affiliate page, you know, if 1 in every 30 people bought, that's fantastic. So you've got to remember that we want 200 people going to our affiliate page as well as our blog. So keep that in mind. Don't judge your affiliate offer too harshly until you've seen at least that much traffic. Okay, so given that that's the case, have you got a sale? If the conversion's anywhere near good, then I think it's worth continuing on, and what we say in the business, building out. There are a couple little questions I want to ask, but I'll address those in the no section, so just bear with me. But well done, you're on the way. That's fantastic. Now, if you're not getting sales and nobody's buying even after you've had 200 people to that affiliate page, and remember you get that statistics by how many clicked on the link out to the affiliate page in Google Analytics, we've got some choices, okay? Let's have a look at them. Our first choice is to try another affiliate offer. That's okay to do, and if you've, you know, I don't like to guess, I don't like to have gut feels in this business, but if something tells you that it's just that, you could try another affiliate offer, okay? That's thing 1. Point 2 is, of course, you could move on. And what I mean by moving on is going and picking a new niche. Now, if that's the case, that's cool, because tomorrow in day 26, we are going to show you a way of monetizing that blog and actually making a little bit of money, not a huge amount of money, but a little bit of money to get back the effort that you've put in, which I think is a cool thing, and that's the first time we've been able to do that in a 30-day challenge, so I love that. The third thing you could try is attacking some different keywords. So, of course, by this stage, remember, we've ranked fairly highly on page 1 for our phrase that we're looking at. So, given that that's the case, we could try rank for another phrase and see if we're getting traffic there, if you're confident that the Market Samurai numbers have told you that there is traffic there. So you can certainly move on and do exactly the same process we've been doing with another phrase, and I'll expand on that in a moment. There are 2 questions, whether you've made a sale or not made a sale, that I do want you to think about, okay? The first one is, do you like the market? Is it something you're curious about? Is it something that's, you know, interesting to you? Or put another way, can you put up with it? Because that's a really important point. We're going to be working a lot. This is your business, right? You're creating another business. You're going to be spending some time on it. So you've got to ask yourself, do I like it enough to spend time with it? Very important, because if your brain can give you an opportunity to distract yourself when you're not enjoying something, it will, gladly. So that's a big part of it as well. The final test that I want you to ask yourself is the Oprah test. Would you be fine going on Oprah to talk about the product that you're going to build your business in? It's a really, really important question. Really important. Because, and I've seen this happen with my own eyes, many years ago, somebody I was working with had a site, and this site was not something, he knew it was a great product, and indeed it was a great product, but he just wasn't comfortable in that area. It wasn't anything shonky or anything like that. He just personally wasn't comfortable in that area. And so it just never got anywhere, and he ended up selling it, which was a good thing, because he wasn't comfortable with it, and the guy that he sold it to ended up taking that product onto Oprah and doing well. So, but he would have hated to go on Oprah. This is my point. My friend would have hated to go on Oprah to talk about that product, because he wouldn't have felt congruent about it. He wouldn't have been comfortable doing that. Very important question. So you've got to think about that too. You know, if it gets big, are you comfortable? Just, these are lessons that I've picked up over the years that could really derail you down the track. So just keep that in mind as well. So they're the choices, and that's where we need to be. So let's have a look. If we're going forward and building out, then there's a very, very important lesson. It's interesting because I was in Atlanta this last weekend, and I was at the Stompernet conference, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Something that very obvious, but I've never actually ever heard spelled out before, so I quickly did this slide to do it here. We're very international. I don't know if you can pick up any of this sound, but literally just down over here is Times Square in New York. I'm in New York doing this particular video to you guys. So we've gone around the world to bring you the 30-day challenges here. Okay, so marketing on the internet, as you can see here, is not about markets. It's not about niches. It's not about people. It's not about products or services. It's not about small furry animals. It's about phrases. It's about phrases. You are marketing for phrases. Once you know what your market is and you've done all the research, you've done the Market Samurai, you've done the whole thing, then everything that you're doing from now on is about marketing for phrases to capture traffic around that phrases. Because think about it. When people go onto the internet to search for something, they're thinking about golf or something like that, but they very rarely type golf. Some people may, but very few. Usually they've got an idea like, golf courses in Atlanta or Callaway golf clubs, or, they type something else. So it's our job to identify and then market to those phrases. And so when I say build out, if we're going to take over this niche, we need to build out and expand those phrases. And the good news for you is we're going to show you exactly how to do that this week, which is really cool. So how does this all look? Okay, so if we look at our goal, we want to dominate every phrase that people in our market type into Google. And by doing that for Google, I might add, it looks after Yahoo and MSN and all those places as well. So don't worry about that. But Google's where the latest results, 71% of all searches are now done through Google, and it's increasing. So yeah, we want to focus on Google. I should say at this point too, by the way, if you're watching this and you've got a small business, you're an artist, you're a musician, all these numbers that I'm talking about to you don't particularly apply, because you need to think about every phrase that somebody who'd be interested in your music or in your fountain pen or in your guitar amplifier or whatever it happens to be, your house painting business. What would people type in? And you need to dominate and attack every phrase that people would type in. So if you're a musician and you're in the same genre as, say, John Mayer, then I would be thinking about and doing an analysis using Market Samurai about what phrases people type in when they're searching for John Mayer, and trying to get some search engine action for there. Because you might be able to attract a similar audience, Pandora style. So anyway, let's keep moving. So let's have a look. In an ideal world, for every phrase that has traffic in our niche, we would have, you ready for it folks, yourphrase.com, the domain. You'd have Your Phrase blog. You'd have Your Phrase articles. And you'd have Your Phrase Web 2.0 sites, stuff like Squidoo and Hub Pages and Weebly. And, of course, every time you produced a new piece of content, wherever you happen to be, you would, of course, socially bookmark and use something like Social Marker to do. That is our goal, and that's what we need to do when we build out. And the cool thing is basically we want this whole business will be self-liquidating, self-financing for you, because as you make money, you can take that money and invest it in new domains and in new traffic and testing AdWords and doing all those sorts of things. But it's it. That's what we're looking for. So remember, if you decide not to go ahead, if you decide that it's just too hard, you're just not getting the traffic even though you are in those first couple of positions in Google, and you decide, I want to try it again, first of all, make sure you watch tomorrow, because no work that you've done is wasted. None is wasted. Make sure you watch tomorrow and then get cracking and get a new market and try it out. What I'd do, if I was you, if you've come this far in the challenge and you do decide to change your market, set yourself another goal. Set yourself to be in this position to make another decision by day 31 at the end of the week, because I know you can do it. You can do it. We're on the downhill run. The hard part is over. And let me tell you, and I know this after talking to hundreds and hundreds of 30-day challenges all around the world, is the first time is a heck of a lot harder than the second time, and that's important to understand. and you'll be amazed if you go back to scratch just what you pick up. Remember to get those transcripts, those cliff notes that go with each lesson. They're great review material to be able to review. Alright, so with that, thank you very much. I will see you, well actually it won't be me tomorrow, it'll be Guru Bob will be taking you through tomorrow, but I'll see you soon in the challenge, and have fun. And by the way, if you're watching this in YouTube, please make sure you go to 30daychallenge.com, sign up, and you can get high definition versions of these videos. You can get cliff notes and transcripts just like I mentioned, and you can also get other versions to download, like one that's perfectly suited, for example, for your iPhone. Plus there is this extraordinary forum where thousands of people just like you are going through the 30-day challenge right now. So with that, have fun, gang. We're on the road home. This is the 30-day challenge. I'm Ed Dale. Speak to you soon.